Since taking over the reins of the Pittsburgh Power, the arena team here in town, new head coach Ron James is 6-2. The Power off to a 6-3 start. We welcome Ron in studio here this morning, Thursday morning on Trib Live Radio. What's going on, Ron?
Oh, good morning. It's great to be here.
You're up and at 'em.
Always.
Fired up, ready to go?
Absolutely.
Big game with Orlando. The Predators will host you guys coming up in 2 days. So first place team in their division, and you guys are trying to catch Cleveland in yours.
Yeah, it's a big game for us. We'll be down at the CFE Arena down the campus of University of Central Florida, and anxious to get after them.
Big crowds down there typically. That's a pretty good market for arena ball.
Yeah, Orlando's a great crowd. It's going to be raucous. It should be a packed house, and just the way we like it, hostile atmosphere.
You've won 3 in a row. How are the guys feeling? And nobody's getting too inflated egos, I'm sure, but you guys have had a nice little run here.
We try to temper the emotions a little bit when you're in a winning streak, and it's good to have a 3-game winning streak at this point. But we've done that before. I mean, when I first came in here, we won 3 in a row, and then we had that little bit of a lull, and then we're back at it again. So it's maintaining consistency. We're at the midpoint in the season, and we're trying to do just that.
Well, it's been amazing to me to watch you guys have success here since you've taken over with all the injuries you've suffered, particularly at the wide receiver position. What's it been like? I mean, you've had, 3 or 4 guys go out and new guys step up and fill in for you. And
that's really it. I mean, you have to have the next man up mentality, and what we've been able to do is supplant some of the veteran leadership with some new players and some players that have some league experience as well. And so, when one player goes down, Appreciate went down when I first arrived here, and we had, Aaron LeSueur step up, Sean Kalanamoku step up, and of course then Aaron LeSueur goes down, and so now Rodney Wright stepped up, and he had an opportunity to play. Tyrone Gord's had an opportunity. Jay Shaw's had that opportunity as well. So it's kind of a moving dynamic, if you could call it that, at the receiver position. It makes it tougher on the quarterback than it does on the coach, because coaches like certain plays and quarterbacks like certain players. And so developing that chemistry is what we're trying to do here for the last part of the season.
And your quarterback, Tommy Grady, has been able to handle that, the big 6'7" right-arm signal caller. You mentioned Appreciate. Appreciate is Appreciate Rodriguez, big, tall, wide receiver out of Auburn that the Power acquired in the offseason. Was a nice big pickup for them. He had, I think, 7 touchdowns his first 2 games, and then he's been out for 5 or 6 weeks here.
You just can't replace those tall guys. When you get those 6'4", 6'5" receivers with experience in the league, they just do wonderful things for you. You could see he was off to a fast start in the first couple games here with the Power, but now, having a few weeks out, he's got to shake the rust off, get himself in familiar territory back down there in Orlando, and he's anxious to get back on the field.
How confident are you he can play this week?
Very confident. He's had a good week of practice. It was a game decision last week. He probably could have gone. The team doctors decided to err on the side of caution and keep him out for another week. So I think that this week will be his return to the lineup.
That's pretty exciting stuff. And he's not only a big target, but knows this game. He's had 2 pretty productive years in the Arena League, including in Florida, right? A couple of back-to-back years down in this area.
Yeah, exactly right. And, and Tommy feels comfortable with him. And one of the quirky things about arena football is stadium to stadium, things can be a little bit different with the ground rules. And that's the case down in Orlando. They've got shorter end zones. And so having a tall receiver in smaller end zones, smaller confines, is a big deal for us in the red zone. So having him back should create a nice boost for us.
Now, you've had injuries to Aaron LeSueur, who had a terrific run for you, was becoming your team leader. I know he's going to be done here for the year. But in his place, you had Rodney Wright come in. Veteran, he's out with a hamstring. Who's up next now? And even, as you said, Tyrone Gord, who had been another guy who'd come in for you, is a little nicked up too.
Well, with Rodney, it's a week-to-week situation. The hamstring isn't that bad, so he has a possibility of playing this week. But, Sean Kalanamoku's been the glue. He's been the guy that's kind of held everything together. And so now when you look at Appreciate coming back, you got Sean in the lineup, Jay Shaw in the lineup, and also, Hank Edwards. Hank Edwards has become a very valuable player to us as well. And so
where'd you find Hank, by the way? Because he's been a nice
we picked him up in a trade from Spokane earlier this year, and Hank's a veteran guy. He's been around the league for a while, played down in Tampa. He's played out in San Jose, and so having a player like him, and that's what we call kind of our medium body type. So you got the big body type when you got Appreciate and you got Gord, those 6'4", 6'5" guys. You've got Hank, who's at 6'1", 6'2", and then you've got your smaller body types, which would be your SK and LeSueur and those type of guys, and right. So we've got a good blend in that group. It's just making sure that we can keep just the right sequence in play here for the next 9 weeks.
And do you have, you've been in the league a long time, a Rolodex of players to go to like a Hank Edwards that you're able to know and say, hey, let's try to get this guy. We need him in a pinch. Let's make a trade for him.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what happened, in Spokane. We gave him up, so to speak. It was available to us. And then Spokane was looking for something reciprocal a couple weeks later when their quarterback went down, and we weren't able to help them out, unfortunately, I guess for them. But then we went out and played them, so that we owe them a future on that trade, and those things will be satisfied by the year's end. But having a player like that you know about, that can come in and plug in and play right away is huge for us, and we're going to be looking at those situations in the weeks to come as well.
Well, we're with Ron James, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Power Arena football team here in town. PittsburghPowerFootball.com for tickets. And you guys are coming off an impressive win over the LA Kiss, 50-26. We talk all about offense because the league is based on offense, but your D has been sensational. Unfortunately, injuries on that side, too. Virgil Gray, your middle safety there, had been so big for you. What can you tell us about it? He went down in this last game.
It was an ankle injury, and we decided not to. He probably could have come back into that game at some point because he's a tough kid and wanted to play. But to put him in harm's way, in a game that was already decided pretty much by halftime, wasn't a smart thing for us, so we decided not to do that. He's going to be out, for this week, and we're just got to see week to week how he's going to be going. Those ankle things are tough on speed guys. He's a guy that can run very fast and has great ball skills, and we'll miss him back there. But again, it's that next player up mentality. We've got some really good veteran leadership back there, not only with Sergio Gilliam, with Brandon Freeman, but also having Al Phillips back there who's been around the league for a while. And we're gonna sign another veteran player today, and we'll have him in the lineup for this weekend too. A guy that can play the middle. So like we talked about before, finding those veteran guys that we know we can count on are going to be big for us down the stretch.
So 3-game winning streak, but a little battered and bruised on both sides of the football, but that means you're ornery, too. You guys are ready to roll, huh?
Oh, it's funny. You come out banged up in a big win, and so you say to yourself, usually in those touch-and-go type of games where you're battling the other team possession for possession, you would think that would be the games that you'd get hurt in. But our guys are just so competitive and it doesn't matter the situation. They're coming out and they're working hard. Defensively, we couldn't have asked for anything more than what they played that last game. We scored on their first offensive series, was a sack, forced fumble, scoop and score situation. So when you open up that way with that kind of energy, we'll take that every week.
Ron James and the Power, 7:30 kickoff in the O at Orlando Saturday night right here on Trib Live Radio. Pregame at 7 o'clock. Don't miss it. Division leaders